We will also be deploying Royal Canadian Navy vessels off the Haitian coast.
In a new development, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has announced that he will be sending Navy vessels to the Caribbean country Haiti to gather intelligence. This decision was announced yesterday in a meeting of the CARICOM, the 15-member Caribbean trade bloc. Justin Trudeau, however, stopped short of specifying how many ships would take part in the effort or the duration of their mission. In fact, last Friday, the United Nations Human Rights Chief Volker Turk had also called for an international force to help end the island's living nightmare. But what is this living nightmare that has been plaguing Haiti? How did this Caribbean island reach this critical stage? In this video, we break down the reasons for this. But before that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Oneindia. Since last couple years, Haitians have faced a surge in gang attacks and kidnappings, fuel and electricity shortages, a deepening political deadlock and a deadly outbreak of cholera. As far as fuel shortages is concerned, the recent blockade of Vero Terminal, a key fuel terminal in the capital city of Port-au-Prince by armed gangs in August of last year is one of the main immediate reasons. The blockade was being led by a coalition of gangs called G9, which controls areas in and around the capital city. The leader of G9 is Jimmy Barbecue&quot. He and other gang leaders are considered the de facto authority in the areas adjacent to the capital city. The G9 on September 12 dug trenches outside the main entrance of the Vero fuel terminal to protest an announcement by the government of cutting fuel subsidies. That blockade had led to shortages of gasoline, diesel and had halted most transport, in turn creating shortages of basic goods including clean water. Hospitals had either shut their doors or curtailed their operations because they could not afford power diesel generators which are necessary to maintain stable electricity there. The weeks-long blockade led to water and electricity shortages across Port-au-Prince, including at hospitals trying to treat cholera patients. The United Nations says Haiti is witnessing catastrophic hunger, with more than 4 million Haitians facing acute food insecurity. Civil unrest is on the rise and anti-government protests have at times devolved into looting. Haitians report increased incidents of gun battles in residential areas that are being waged between rival gangs or with the police. The gangs are using sexual violence, including against children and the elderly, in order to instill fear in the local population. Gang violence is not a new problem in this Caribbean nation, but it has been rising steadily, particularly after the July 2021 assassination of President Jovenel Moise worsened months of political instability and created a power vacuum. Haiti's de facto leader, Prime Minister Ariel Henry, whom Moise chose for the post just days before he was killed, has faced a crisis of legitimacy, with some Haitian civil society groups urging him to hand power over to an inclusive transitional government, a demand which he has firmly rejected. Haiti has not held functional elections since 2019. In the absence of a functioning state, gangs have filled the void. Port-au-Prince is the center of a horrific turf war in which there have been prolific kidnappings, many civilian deaths and gang rape of elderly people and even children. There are almost 100 gangs in Port-au-Prince, many of them in loose alliances and at war with rival groups. Gangs control major roads and draw income from customs, water and electricity distribution and even bus services. Membership has become so desirable for some young men that some gangs now even have waiting lists for new recruits. As gang violence reached crisis levels in Port-au-Prince in October, the Haitian Prime Minister appealed for an international armed force to be deployed to Haiti to restore order and secure a humanitarian corridor to allow fuel and water deliveries in the capital. That demand enjoyed the backing of the United Nations as well as the United States, but had set off huge fresh protests, with many Haitians, including civil society leaders, rejecting the prospect of foreign intervention. And very rightfully so. Haiti has had a dark history of foreign interventions. It was a former French colony that was brutally repressed due to the flourishing slave trade once. During 1915 to 1934, it was also briefly occupied by USA, and these nations had simply exploited Haitians for their own benefits. For generations after independence in 1804, Haiti was saddled with the impact of reparations to France, the country that enslaved its people, spending 40% of government revenue on its resulting debts. That burden severely hampered economic growth and the development of robust public services. And this is the reason why people there are simply not okay with any sort of foreign intervention. The recent announcement by Canadian Prime Minister perhaps will be not taken lightly by the common people of Haiti. Maybe a few weeks down the line will make the picture more clear. We hope you would like this new video. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.